Hey all, it is Scorpio season, and this is our Lunar Pull for October 23rd, 2019. It is a daily reading for the collective, and it is for the first day of Scorpio season, yes, but the messages are also for the time surrounding and following the 23rd. Our moon is about to move into Virgo in a matter of hours. As I say that, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Earth, shows up for us. Very Virgo energy, an energy of independence and gratitude. At the center of the reading, to help us celebrate the beginning of Scorpio season. So really, these messages are for the time surrounding and following the moon in Virgo this season, but time being fluid, it always shakes out slightly different for me and for all of us. So crossing that Nine of Earth, that Nine of Pentacles, we also have the Page of Swords. And the rest of our reading, if not a lot of it, just fell out. We've got the Three of Fire, Three of Wands, yeah, the Queen of Water, Queen of Chalices. Let me just turn this down for us a little. The Hermit card shows as our first major arcana. The Wheel of Fortune as the second. Good luck, good fortune on the table. King of Chalices, King of Water. So there is a pair here, the Queen and King of Chalices on the table for us. Thank you so much to those of you who contribute to Lunartics Tarot in all of the ways that you do. It's so appreciated. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, messages, emails, donations, and personal orders. Information on donating can be found in the description box, and information on personal orders is down there as well. So there's a message here. There's a message coming in with our air messenger on the table. Something that you either don't want to hear or don't want to share. It's a difficult message. But it's honest. It's a difficult message, but it is honest. It is true. It's information about something that you have invested a lot of yourself into. And you want to proceed forward with confidence here. The spread is asking you to. However, I see some anticipation here. A little bit of worry, maybe even doubt and fear with this particular version of the Three of Fire. But you're definitely trying to bury that. So I do think it's a message of truth coming in to you about that project or that area of your life that you are very invested in currently. Perhaps whatever it is that is providing this sense of independence to you. Somewhere to live independently, or financial independence, right? I hear emancipation, which never comes through with the 9 of Earth for me. So some of you are young and gaining independence, or you are just feeling emancipated from someone, something, right? Some part of you. Yeah, that's what it is for a lot of you. So this feeling then of earning your independence from an authority figure that was that had control over your work or you for some reason. And there's an independence that it felt that you had to win, to gain, to earn, that feels like freedom in order to earn. And I definitely advise that you do find gratitude for the independence, for what makes that independence up, for whatever has helped you to earn it. Find gratitude for every small detail that is part of that independence being your life. And I do think that that will help you to contend with this difficult truth that is coming in. It might be something that's hard to swallow, or it might just be that it's difficult for someone to deliver some truth to you because they are a little immature. They aren't the best at delivering this type of news, maybe specifically not to you. And if you have invested in multiple things, multiple areas, made multiple investments at once, or there are many areas within your investment, right? It looks like there's positive news, positive information coming into you about one of those areas, one of those investments. But if there are multiple ones, then that still means that there's difficult news coming in about the other 2, however many there are, right? Or the other way around. It may be that you're invested in multiple areas, and the information, the truth coming in sheds light on just one of those areas. So it may not negatively affect anything but the one, right? It's something like that. There are multiple areas of interest and investment, and there's news coming in regarding one. Is there something wrong with that one, or is that the only one that's right? Either way, it's a difficult message for this person to deliver to you. It's difficult for you to receive. But it is a fated event. It is a destined event. It may be disappointing or even heartbreaking news here. We see I don't know if you can see it, but at the top of the wheel there, you see a little broken heart lands at the top of this particular Wheel of Fortune. So it may be very disappointing news, but I do believe it's leading you to a partner. A partner or a next level of your own craft. If you are a healer, an artist, someone who uses their emotions and their ability to feel, especially if you're using your empathy, your empathetic or empathic capabilities, right? If that has to do with the work that you're doing, then that work is what is supporting your current state of independence. And there is a good chance that this fated event, this difficult news coming in that's a little hard for you to take in about one of your investments, is leading you to, as I said, this next level of creation in your craft, of your healing art form, or whatever kind of healing that you're engaging in, art you're engaging in, right? Or this can also be a partner. This can definitely be a soulmate energy, a divine partnership energy of whatever kind, a match, right? So either way, truly, it looks lovely. It looks like a lovely beginning to Scorpio season. It is Scorpio season. So of course the information, the news, the messages coming in are going to say that some things are lost. Some things must be left behind. Some things must, at the very least, transform in order to proceed forward. And so that's why it's difficult for someone to give you a message about something you're very invested in. It's why it's difficult for you to receive that message about something you're very invested in, right? Something needs to transform, maybe even be left behind. But there is good news coming in about other areas at the same time. There's only one area of concern, or one area of concern is just fine. But either way, there's something to proceed forward with. The Three of Fire asks you to do so with confidence, but not arrogance. And it looks like the way that the season is starting us off, it's not going to let us proceed with arrogance, which is not a bad thing. If it is information coming in about a partner that you have been very invested in, it is likely that it is a difficult truth to see, and it is likely that that is the reason that you are currently in an independent state. That's probably why you have recently become independent from said person, right? And so you may get message that you're not getting back together, or they're seeing someone else, something like that, if it's a romantic situation. But still, whether it's your work, your craft, or your relationship, I see that you're very invested, and it remains true that it is fated that this information reaches you, and it's taking you to either this next level of creation or to a partner who matches you. So if it's a romantic situation for you, this is falling apart so that something better can come together. Someone who actually matches your energy. Someone who is a soulmate, a soul match, again, a divine partnership of some type, whatever label comes to be true for you all, or that you like to put on it, right? And this is why, this card wants you to proceed forward with confidence. Expect and know accept that something is falling apart, so that something will eventually fall together that's better, come together that's better, and it's going to be sooner rather than later. But there's that old adage, right, that you want this match, this person who's coming in, to see you smiling, to see you happy, to see you thriving, to see what it is about you that they're going to be so interested and attracted to, right? Not that this match isn't someone who won't appreciate you even when you're down, right? But it's a first impression. It's a new person. You always hear that, right? You want to keep smiling so that you're ready for that next good thing, that next good fortune, that next good partnership. And this is a match. This is, I want to say soul match. That's just the label that I really like. And I'm by no means saying that all of these different divine partnerships play out the same or are the same thing. It's just that this is a match, and it is a divine partnership. So it can, for me in my readings, it can represent a divine partnership of any kind. But you need to get ready to come out of your shell to meet this person. You may have had a disappointment. And when I say this person, it's either, again, a partner who's for you or a new version of yourself. Because we also have that Hermit card here still. And I think that this has been fated as well. Working on your craft, your healing, your art, or whatever it is you've been working on that has helped you to gain this independence, right? Is something that you were able to achieve, focus on, really dig into, and give the necessary time in solitude. You were doing some deep reflection. You were in a state of, have been in a state of introspection, and it is time to come out of that shell a little bit, to come out of this cave, as is more what's depicted here. You are feeling your way through this situation, inspecting your emotions specifically, and for a lot of you, that's why I see you also using them in your creation or your work. Specifically, I mean, we all always do, but in a very focused way that highlights your empathetic abilities, right? And I think that this time was destined as well. That's how you've cultivated this independence, learned this truth perhaps that has separated you from something or someone that you should no longer be so invested in unless it's going to transform, right? So that was a very necessary state, and now it is necessary in order for you to take advantage of a fated opportunity that is presenting itself to you. It is necessary for you to come out and be amongst the living again, right? That is where you will meet this match. Or for some of you, that is how this new version of you emerges. Just as emotional, but a little more diplomatic. Just as caring and feeling, but more capable of counseling and mediating. That type of energy. Maybe this new version of you possesses all the same qualities and abilities, of course, right? But with the masculine element introduced, is able to introduce structure to that work, create your own business, etc., gain some new clients, manage your time better, something like that, right? So that is what I see coming through for us for the first day of Scorpio season, October 23rd, 2019, of course. Again, the messages are for the time surrounding and following the 23rd, surrounding and following the moon being in Virgo, where it will be this evening again. So if the message doesn't resonate yet, keep in mind it may be predictive. Or if it doesn't turn out to resonate at all, I hope you'll check back with the Lunar Pull on another day. That doesn't mean another one won't. Again, if you are interested in personal readings, ordering a personal reading from me, my name is Aze, and the information is down below in the description box. The email address is lunartickstarot@gmail.com, and I'm happy to work with you anytime, whether you'd like to email me first or just follow a link that I have down below for you. Do make the most of this Virgo moon energy in Scorpio season 2019. We also have a lot of Scorpio on the table, which absolutely makes sense. So a lot of you are just graduating to a next level of whatever kind of work you're doing, whether it's emotional or not, and you're showing up. Your progression is showing up as the queen to the king of water because it is Scorpio season, right? So it's going to be a very emotional time and put you in that place really for everyone. So that's something else to bear in mind as you're receiving this somewhat difficult news about something or someone you've been invested in. Do bear in mind that type of disappointment, not only is it fated, and not only is it leading you to a better version of yourself or a much more fitting partner, but it's what's going around. It's the medicine everyone's taking right now. And so if nothing else, you are absolutely not alone in that. We are all gritting our teeth and bearing certain losses, transformations, etc. And it is for our highest good. What is being removed needs to be removed. It's in the way. It's blocking your view of what you're heading toward. So with that, I will leave it in your very capable hands. And I look forward to doing another Lunar Pull for us just as soon as I can.